This is how you floor stack any base after it's been built using only the binoculars. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. We're just going to grab our pair of binoculars and a little bit of twig, and we're going to be able to floor stack any base after it's been built. Like this 2x2, and we're going to use this floor stack for a larger raid cost going top down, and we're going to be able to add some bunkers. And I'm also going to show you my favorite 2x1 open core that we do use a floor stack bunker on. It does allow us to have a pancake layer that gives us 2 layers. So we have a total of 3 layers, 1, 2, 3, below our open core. And we have a nice 2x1 the long way. And with an easy upkeep is just the pod shown here is 96 HQM, 12.8k metal, and around 8.4k stone, and that is with 0 shooting floor and not defendable. And it's going to be super nice and very easy. And all you have to do to floor stack any base with binoculars first is just build a twig triangle floor and twig square floor at half height above the base with no foundation beneath the square. Outside from the base and enough room to place a foundation over here in the terrain like this when we line ourselves up. When you are not on a completely flat plot server, you can just build out however distance, like it doesn't matter. You can just build out way over here and do whatever pattern and build a triangle and a square like this, floating at half height with no foundation below the square. So you could freehand foundation right there. And then you just need to surround yourself with walls right here. And this is only due to the foundation will clip through everything right here. And then low walls are the cheapest, so you'll see me wrap myself around like low walls like this, and then line myself up in the center here. And then you can use this if this was one part of the base that was already built like this. You would just be able to build it off and do it like this to line yourself up. And then you're just going to find this piece right here. And it's going to be very nice and very easy. If you don't know what I'm doing right here on this twig pattern, don't worry, we'll explain it in a second, but what you do need to know is that little dot on the binoculars shown there does not show up on a demo. We're going to do this one more time. So when you place a square and triangle floor overhanging at half height on your base, there's going to be a big squiggly and a little squiggly. And then you're going to move those binoculars all the way up above the twig, just like that. And with the actual size of the dot lined up on the inner side of that little squiggly, just right here. You don't want to be too far over the edge because it's like a blurred line, even at the best graphics. And then you're going to line it up to the top of the dot. The bottom of the dot is above the twig, so it's lined up like that. You're going to hold Alt, make sure you're not moving that mouse. Undo your binoculars, move over to that building plan, triangle foundation, move it up. It's going to snap perfectly in place. You might have to go back a little bit back and forth. It should sort of seat itself. Break all this excess twig, break all this excess twig. And then we're going to try the hardest test for the floor stack, and that is the solid triangle spam. We're just going to come out here and spam triangles for this giant hexagon base floor stack. And it's going to work perfectly because we lined everything up like those red lines showed us, and just like that, visually, mentally, perfectly nice and easily, it's going to be floor stacked after it's been built. And you could add some bunkers or whatever here. I'll go over my favorite actual method as far as which footprints to use when floor stacking, as well as do this one more time to show you what everything is. And then anytime you build an overhanging square floor and triangle floor, there's going to be the twig pattern shown in front of us here. You could build out 1 by 100 to the terrain that'll allow you to place a foundation this high. Find that big squiggly and this little squiggly over here shown on the screen with your binoculars. Then you're gonna line up that dot of the binoculars just like these red lines shown here above that twig. And I did mess it up, and then I think I let go of Alt. No, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Hold Alt. Let go of the binoculars, building plan, triangle foundation. Should sort of seat itself. You might have to go back and forth. And again, break everything here. You could even break one of these foundations and then make a triple floor stack giant, like 4 roof pieces. Keep in mind, even if you floor stack like actual roof pieces, and they're like, you can stack roof pieces like 2 inches from each other for like a temple shelf. They splash through, so it's bad for rocket damage. Doesn't really work, but you could go all the way around like this for a crazy shell, remove that, make like a giant Maverick style triple floor stack base all on one PC after it's been built in stages with binoculars very easily and perfectly each time. It's a lot easier than what I was doing in the scope, but just so much easier to line up that big dot on the binoculars. Floor stack, 3 layers from the core, whatever you want to do, like this in the giant footprint. I'm going to do a quick, easy base tour of the very nice, very easy floor stack 2x1 big open core 2 to 4 man open core. Just a core here. No full shooting floor or anything yet. You are going to want to put this thing on wide gaps, but it's so incredibly nice, comfy, spacious, and floor to peak, floor to bedroom shooting floors here. You can use ladder hatches or whatever, and you'd have your shooting floor area here, airlock to the big 4-man bedroom with the quad turrets and the mirrored airlocks and the mirrored jump downs. Going down into the square triangle, you have roof access down here into open core. Big old 2x1 open core here. And before we go into the open core, this is just a shoot on each side window, drop box barrel, angles, floor access. Easy jump ups, double doors. Swinging towards the square, open core. Down into the core, we have a floor stack bunker and a pancake layer. Using the floor stack, giving us 3 layers where we'd normally have 2, and allowing us to have this bunker to give us our full wall here. And then we could have a full wall of honeycomb here, so no one really knows that there's a bunker with the high foundation and to start raiding over here. And it does keep that same sort of raid cost, and that means you could start one of these long way 2x1 bunkers with just a 1x1 with the floor stack instead of having to do it all at the same time. And we'll just show you how to do this core quickly here and maybe expand to the shooting floor on this one. This one's got all the nice boxes that I put on, and I can't really do anything on build servers with the say rusticated creative because I just keep getting people following me and copy pasting 100 by 100s with like 9,000 hobo barrels. Like, I'm literally not joking. Like, every time I go on, there's like, and then it drops my, they both come next to me, and then it drops my FPS. I don't know if they like follow my name or something, but I might have to do like hidden joint servers or something, and it'll be nice, maybe, hopefully, and a little easy. And we'll just show you how to do all of this, and we're just bouncing around through this nice 2x1 open core. And the only real benefit that we're getting here, aside, you could do this without any floor stack or any tricks, is that, of course, we're going to be able to do it after it's been built and expand just a 1x1, and then we also don't get that weakness of the raised foundations only being 1 layer thick when they raid those raised foundations. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. So we're just going to start everything over here. We'll go ahead and build an empty version over here, and then since that one's got all the accoutrements, we'll just go ahead and expand a shooting floor on that one, maybe, if it doesn't get too long of a video. And you're just going to start with your 1x1, however you want to build it. Like this. And it's going to start for your 2x1, very deep core 2x1 the long way. Just like this. You can start it solo, duo, whatever you want to do. You can start it just like that. And then the freehand, everything after it's been built, you're just going to go ahead and make just like this. Get your binoculars. And if you do it this early and with this exact pattern, obviously you could probably just do it at the start. But again, if you're just doing this off a 1x1, or if you have a 2x1 with like a wood front door here, or you just want to pick out a stone front door or a vending machine on this, it's not going to be that bad. And again, binoculars, dot, back yourself up, big squiggly, little squiggly. Line that up with the left and right. A little bit inside, you don't want to be too out, you want that like darker, you don't want the blurred edge, you want the actual true line of that little squiggly. Hold Alt. Triangle. this. Bring this square down to our floor stack, and then we just want to surround this with triangles like this. Upgrade those and upgrade all of these to sheet and these two to HQM for our bunker, and this to sheet, this to sheet, and wrap around for our 2x1 like this, and upgrade these 3 to sheet on each side, like so. Just like that. And again, this could have a door on it, whatever you want, just hold one by one. I'll teach you how to do it one by one. And then go ahead and do the same thing over here. And this side is just solid honeycomb, but we sheet metal the foundations just to make sure, even if that's late in game you sheet metal them, you can do stone to start. But you want to keep them sheet metal, even if you have double stone walls on those, just to make it nice and easy. And you want like this, with the square, just because it's going to be a single door to that square eventually for south side. And then you want to create your bunker like this. And then you do 2 half walls on your raised 4-stack foundations. Upgrade those, and again, you don't need to do this HQM, but we're going to do HQM. You do a frame on your high half walls, and then when you put your low twig half wall here, and then your low triangle floor, it'll be below that frame, and you won't be able to splash. You won't be able to get through this to get under here, because it's going to be nice, and it's going to be easy. And then you'll be able to do a half wall here. This one you'll be able to reach later, but we can do it to 8 sheet metal. Full sheet metal honeycomb walls here, and just do in-game grade, I guess. So let's do it sheet metal, and then we can do a frame here for our ladder hatch, or just to keep that socket clear, and then our floor stack right here. And then we go ahead and floor stack everything here. And the best footprints for floor stack is when I continue up with the pancake layer like this. That way I never have this error right here where I'm trying to put a door through that kind of error or this kind of slot right here, which needs to be placed at weird angles. So we just use the floor stack instead of using it to create 1 and 2 layers and then calling it a day and then saying, you know, it's floor stack. We're going to use it to make 2 to 3 layers. Our normal pancake layer is going to be twice as beefy, and that way we'll be able to stack on top of it like normal, and no one will be the wiser. It'll be hard to go through. And we're just going to go ahead and upgrade this to sheet metal, because we're not going to see this again, this actual first pancake layer. This is kind of what you really want to do, sheet metal first. And some of these you could do in stages like this. Do the inside ones right there, and then these right here, you're really not going to have access. Again, it's like a main base core, but it's nice and it's easy and it's crazy. And it's nice. And then you're just going to go ahead and repeat solid sheet metal honeycomb over here, 2 layers. And then you do the same thing here, where you can start this with stone and upgrade that outside one later. Basically the exact same thing as a normal, like sort of big 2x1 open floor. So we want to do half walls right here, right above our floor stack walls. And you can do low walls here, but it's not really going to have much, because it'll be like ultra low walls. But if you do half walls here and clip them like this, you won't be able to place anything up right above that. So we don't want that. The whole point of doing our pancake layer too thick, 2 layers thick with this floor stack is so we never encounter those door errors. So I'm just going to upgrade everything here, ensuring this is clear in the center here. Upgrade that one to sheet metal in the center. Boom, 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 boom. create those outside ones later. And then put a window in the center right here, and then cover that, and you put a barrel down there, right there. And then you have 4 double tall square plan style living rooms right here, open floor. And then opposite your jump up, did I seal my jump up? Sealed my jump up. You do a ladder hatch from there and not seal my jump up. And then honeycomb behind the jump up. It'd be sheet metal, and then just do double honeycomb. I can't believe I sealed my. I don't even remember when I did that. And then we'll just go ahead and do another full honeycomb layer here behind this. And it's gonna be the same thing here. This can all be sheet because we'll have a full hexagon span behind these. And you want this double sheet behind your chute. And then 3. Triangle floors and a square floor frame like this, and then 3 like this, and then 3 like this. And then opposite your jump up, you're just going to do, again, the same sheet metal grate. You could do the same. Open core is going to be 2 walls. And then I do this full triple triangle loop right here. And I leave these empty for furnaces in there. And then I do E furnaces up here. And you could do the 2 drop boxes in the center. And then obviously you can do all your like this. You could do floors or furnaces, depending on what the door situation is like. I like to do furnaces if we don't have 9,000 garage doors. This. Same thing here, choose one side for a locker, single door in the center. Jump up there. Nice leg, and triangle, square triangle. Triangle, square triangle. Just like this, and then you can put your big ramps here, like so. And then your jump ups here. So, and with those sheet metal, and you want to separate your, you want a turret pod on each like this, and you could do this sheet metal floating like this, and you could have a window right here. So we have nothing beneath this right now, and this is for our turrets on each end of our ramp. And we could have a window towards our hexagon for our entrance. If you are low on resources, you can just do the bottom floor sheet metal and everything here is stone. Temporary until you get it, and then do the window towards the hexagon. do a double door frame here, double door frame here, double door frame, double door frame. You can do a single door if you want. Single door window, and double door frame. You can make a jump up right here and use a full wall, or you could do the jump up over here. So over here. Here, jump up. And now we need to add our honeycomb on our triangle sides. One being our bunker side and one being our redundant extra honeycomb behind 1x1 TC core side. And the one behind our bunker, we're going to want to do not a full wall just in case. You can do this kind of jump up where you go 2 triangles back, but we're just going to do it like 2x1, 2x2 style like this. And jump straight up just so no one is still one full wall on this final level right here. And then we're going to double up like this and just upgrade these. Choose one right here to jump up on, and then do one over here. And then we can choose a furnace or a barrel, whatever you want to do, to jump up here. And then wrap this around all the way up here. My actual favorite currently is actually the old school just ladder hatch and garage door, but like I have it on that intro there. And then we're just gonna do this right here. You could do a garage door right here to enter the peaks, like this. And then you can do it either a jump up on one of these sides again above here, like this, or you could do it in this triangle right here and put a wall right here. I think I have it on this triangle over there. I'll go ahead and repeat that on this side. And you can do however kind of jump up you want. I might do the end of the hexagon like this. I think that's better. Because we already have one. We don't want them too close to the bedroom. We have one right here. Yeah, this will be nice and this will be easy. Just go around the full hexagon, and we forgot to put our peak floor garage door right there. We have floor to open core to above bedroom entrance with. We have a floor to shooting floor to bedroom entrances. And then we have an undecided roof. And then it's going to be super nice and super easy. All that's left to do to match our deployable filled version is just to put the triangle honeycomb stone under our turret pods and upgrade everything on the outside. The back of the squares to sheet metal here like this before we put this triangle honeycomb, and then the back of our loot rooms, which can be accessed from the inside, just like that. And then we can just do whatever shooting floor we want. I just wanted to showcase the core. I'll do it like a tiny lightweight shooting floor here, but look at the core. It's a very popular style core, and then we're doing it floor stack. Then we can do it after it's been built with the binoculars, and we only have 96 HQM, 12.1K metal, and 8.4K stone for the upkeep. And then we have 1, 2, 3 layers in the open core here, where we normally just have 2. And they'd be able to splash that TC. We have 3 right there, and then we don't have to worry about any door replaceable issues on the whole open core. And it's going to be super nice and super easy. You can just do it. You can do lightweight shooting core. You can do whatever you want to do, like a trick like this. Boom, boom. Wall of trickle. Boom, boom. You don't need any of the white gas brush. You can just double wear like this. And we put some down here. something like this. Don't need to do any wide gaps or anything. We just do most of these nice shooting all the time. Just like this. I think it's something a lot of people, you can do whatever you want for your gaps. And you can make a trigger right here. Just like that. You put some triggers on, you get your quick cardboard on, and then you separate all these for yourself a ladder. Just like that, you can make whatever kind of shooting toy you want. I'm just doing like a mini style roof right here. Just like that, a nice little shell, and then you can just repeat that on each side. I don't want to, I can't save anything on this server, but just repeat this on each side. This is literally nothing special. I'm just building out square trail. I'm trying to show this is getting too long. It's very nice and very easy. You could expand it however you want. Put that on all two sides and do whatever you want over here. Just put some windows and a roof. You could do all three roofs. Here's an idea like this, and then you could do the little these. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. There, then you repeat that on one side, repeat this on the other side, and you can put a thing right here, and that's a full base. Just like that. Super nice and super easy.